what's going on here?
He asked me to plug him into Rambler.
Rambler? What is that, a website?
It's more like a bare knuckle fight to see who's the most tolerant person on the internet.
Why? Isn't tolerance about being philanthropic?
But yeah, no, tolerance on the internet these days is more about destroying people in an argument.
So on Twitter, there's a new trend that's going around that doesn't involve grandstanding or drama. For the most part, unpopular opinions. And today we're going over ones that revolve around Gumball, so let's dig in.
Hi, I'm here to sit on the baby.
What?
Well, duh, I'm the babysitter.
Seasons 1 to 2's Gumball design is way better than Gumball Seasons 3 to 6's design. Wait, that's an unpopular opinion?
Am I the only one who understands the complexities of this ambitious cinematic masterpiece?
If you don't know what I'm talking about, Gumball went through a design change over the years, and it's easiest to see this within the Watterson family. Gumball's eyes, which have been a small tiff with me, became circular rather than their original oval look, and I thought the ovals made for a more expressive look, and not only just that, but a youthful look, as well as the singular tooth being out. It gave Gumball that initially innocent feel that it needed to have in order for subversions to take full effect, and all of those under the radar dark stuff to also take full effect.
Grow up, Darwin. It's the 21st century. Everyone's spying on everyone. There's probably someone watching us right now. Huh? What?
The show was, quote, clever and meta for a little while, but the writers let the reputation get to their heads, and now they're trying too hard. As a huge fan of the show, season 5 really gave me those kind of vibes. It felt like once the crew realized that many casual fans seem to only take the meta jokes of the show and then try to push that this is what Gumball is, the writers then embraced that and made many jokes from then on that tried to be meta, and it failed because it seemed too frequent and forced. Gumball originally started off clever, granted alongside Adventure Time and regular show, which clever in a writing structure sense was going for other goals. The comedy was spot on and it was meta to enhance the show rather than nowadays how it feels like to meet a quota. And I actually talk a little bit about this in the drama.
Break free, Penny!
Here we go. I'm gonna be myself.
They should have kept Penny as a nut. I gotta disagree with you there, Don. While there was a lot of neat jokes revolving around Penny being a nut, especially in episodes like The Meddler, to me anyway, Penny is one of those characters that shine later than in the previous seasons.
I love you, Penny.
What?
What? No, nothing. I just said I love peanuts. Yeah, peanuts. They taste so good.
Gumball, I am a peanut. That's like me saying I like to eat cats.
The show, which I've talked about before, is that transition, and within that we got to see a glimpse into her family life, even though we had in other episodes, albeit a little less nuanced. With the newer form, it allowed for Penny to be expressive, which Gumball is really good at. Plus, a shapeshifter is just a cool concept, and the show didn't seem to fail at it.
When you're at the party and you've got to stop Faye from disappearing like the island of Belize in St. Peter's flood.
Season 1 isn't as bad as people say, especially compared to seasons 5 and 6. Seriously, at least I can laugh and enjoy most of season 1's episodes, whereas season 5 and 6 feel really stale in terms of comedy. To a degree, I also agree with this. I'm a bigger fan of seasons 1 and 2 than 5 and 6. Now for the really stale in terms of comedy part, I'm not too sure just yet. But a big reason for this is because I felt like the innocence was still maintained in seasons 1 and 2, and the adventures there were just more fun. Yes, the whole lack of stylistic unity made for the show to look a little weird at first, even though it's one of the first shows to reach the mainstream to have this mixed media style and actually have it work really well to the scale that they're doing it at. And it also gave a charm to the show that would retain itself through its writing and great comedy, which is why to people like me, I wouldn't even think that season 1 and season 2 look weird, just different but in a good way. Plus, Gumball had a little bit of optimism that I missed in the later seasons. He kind of feels like now he's more cynical and dark, to which, yes, he's always had a little bit of that in him. To accentuate that part kind of goes against what the show is really about. However, the later seasons do a great job of accentuating background characters better, which for a world like Gumball, Elmore, that's criminally underrated. You have other shows like Foster's Home or Chowder, which had a colorful world, and that could have been explored a lot better than they did in their seasons. And I do appreciate it that Gumball goes through its lengths to actually show us these background characters and their lives and actually make jokes out of more than just the major characters.
Darwin, keep absolutely still. Her vision is based on movement.
That only works in movies.
Tina looked better before her redesign. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even recognize that Tina had a redesign, so take this response as is. I looked at a few photos, compared, I looked at some episodes in hindsight, but I gotta say I disagree. Her first design, while greenish with less teeth, a lot smoother in texture and color, it kinda makes Tina feel like one of those free 3D model packs you can get, and I don't think that's supposed to be the feeling invoked when you see Tina, the dinosaur.
Everyone thinks I'm a brute, just like my dad. But I'm not!
Her newer design gives her a more brown color, with better defined darker spots around her knees and tail, and a lot more teeth, and it just looks cooler. At least to me. What do you guys think in the comments down below? Nicole Watterson isn't hot, she's literally a stick. Why are so many furries and artists attracted to her? Smuh. Well, insert talk about strong dominant female types being loved here. Oh, and also, if you didn't know this, in many cases, artists generally take that stick that you refer to and just redraw her in the way they see her. So it's more of the personality and the core of the concept of her character that people are attracted to, rather than this stick that you are referring to.
That was way more time than we needed.
I need a sweetheart.
The Girlfriend is the most underhated episode ever. So The Girlfriend was about Jamie thinking that she needs a sweetheart and determining that Darwin is to be that sweetheart.
Hey guys.
So how long has this been going on? What? No one asked for your opinion, you frozen freak! Do you know what happens when you mess with my man?
And I can see why you think this way. Jamie's a total jerk within this episode, and the whole "I'm going to force you to be my significant other" generally isn't grounds for a very funny episode to many, and I can point to a few examples where this wasn't done so well. Most of the episode is not spent with Jamie doing malicious things towards Darwin. Her intentions are Wow. Her intentions are good, and it's physical humor, which is a hit or miss with many people. And also, considering Jamie and her personality type, this episode could have been way worse.
So not only am I getting paid 22% less for my work than the men, I also have to let them take all the credit!
You're right. That's a very good point, Gumball.
The fourth wall jokes and social commentary are overused. You know, I started to think this as the show went on. A lot of it comes to the height in the episode The Worst, which seems to be hated across the board. Comment down below if you want me to cover that episode. It pretty much was criticized for being a place for the writers and whoever else worked on that episode to dump their problems, in a similar fashion to the Teen Titans Go episode, The Fourth Wall. And I do think that fourth wall jokes are being overused, especially considering, like I said before, it wasn't always just those. And personally, I think that meta and fourth wall jokes work better when you don't expect them. So to increase the frequency of them actually lowers the chance that I'm going to laugh at them, because I'm expecting you to break the fourth wall.
And introducing all my other friends in the amazing world of... Ugh, forget it, who's gonna watch that?
Alright, so those were the more unique, unpopular opinions in this thread. If you want to see your hot take in the next video, I'm going to put up a tweet today and a community post today, for those who don't have Twitter. Just make sure that you get these in on time. You can follow me at The Alpha J Show, tag me, let me know you follow me, DM me. My DMs are open, unless you're creepy. Don't be creepy. I read as many mentions as I can. Anyway, special thanks to the patrons of January, and until next time, take care. Alpha out.